What up, YouTube? It's your boy KHardin in the house. We're here tonight to show you a little bit about order of operations, coming to you live from the Doug. The Doug. It's lovely 7:30. Let's jump right into it, okay? If you have not already, please smash that like and subscribe button. More likes, I don't know what that means on YouTube, but it has to be good because every video I watch on YouTube says smash that like and subscribe button. So there it is. Big shout out to Hired Buyers 23. Thank you for the nice comment on there, lady or gentleman, whoever you are. We truly appreciate it. Now, order of operations. If you will, please get out either a clean sheet of paper and work along with me, and also have out those guided notes that is attached to your classwork section at somewhere. Okay, and we're going to kind of work through the clean sheet of paper and guided notes as we go along through this. Okay, so let's talk about order of operations. Now, this is something you are going to use the rest of 6th grade, and it's also something you're going to use the rest of your math life, okay? You use it a ton. With algebra, I can't even talk about all the concepts, or I'll be here all night, all right? But it's order of operations. Now, the first word you're going to encounter with order of operations, you've seen this before, but it's PEMDAS, okay? PEMDAS. What PEMDAS stands for, first off, we got a little acronym to help us remember that. It's Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Now, you've heard that said several times. You may even have another acronym, okay? It's totally, whatever helps you, okay? But let's talk about it, okay? So we've got PEMDAS, PEMDAS. So what the P stands for, all right, we're going to go with parentheses. Parentheses. And I'm going to be completely honest. I was making this video a second ago, but I had to stop because I didn't think parentheses was spelled right. So yeah, I started over because I thought I misspelled parentheses, but no, turns out it was right. Anyhow, the P stands for parentheses, okay? The first thing we look for when we go over order of operations is parentheses. Now that'll make sense in a minute. Second thing we look for, the E, that's going to be exponents. Exponents, all right? Third thing, now you will notice this line up here. This line means we do these things together, okay? We do these things together. So we multiply and divide together. We multiply and divide together. Now, you'll also notice the letters at the top. First, left to right. So with any multiplication and division you see in the order of operations, you're not going to do multiplication then division. You're going to go left to right. So if division comes first, if it's the farthest to the left, you do division. If multiplication comes first, if it's the farthest to the left, you do multiplication. Okay? And you'll notice that on the last two steps too. You go from left to right for addition and subtraction. I can't write right side up, so I really can't write from or diagonal, or however you want to say it, not diagonal, vertically. Yeah, I can't write horizontally, so I know I can't write vertically, so sorry. But the first word we have P, parentheses, E, exponents, M, multiply, D, divide, A, add, and S, subtract, okay? And that's PEMDAS. Once again, don't get confused with the MD and the AS. Make sure when you multiply and divide, you're just going left to right. And then when you add and subtract, you go left to right as well. I also, when I do this, I kind of like putting an and right there, because that tells me multiplying and dividing and then adding and subtracting are kind of the same, on the same level, okay? Multiplication, division, same level. Addition, subtraction, same level. All right. So if you have not paused the video, you can go ahead and type that in your guided notes. But what I want to do is slowly go through one of my problems, okay? Slowly go through one of my problems. So the first thing I have up here is parentheses, okay? That's our first step in PEMDAS. So I look at the parentheses. Anything in the parentheses, that's what I'm going to do first, okay? So I look, the first thing I have is 4 minus 3 in the parentheses, all right? So I'm going to work that out. 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. All right, 4 minus 3 is 1. So now, I have a 1 in parentheses, But my next step is exponents. Okay, so I've got one exponent right here. So what I can do with that is I can multiply 1 times 1. Okay, 1 times 1, of course, is 1. So that just means it stays a 1. All right, it stays a 1. Now, over here, after exponents, my next step is multiplication and division. Now we know we're going from left to right. If multiplication's there, great. If division's there, great. Whatever it may be, that's the step we're doing. So the first step we have, left to right, is going to be division. Okay, 32 divided by 8. 32 divided by 8. So when we divide out 32 divided by 8, we get 4. Okay, we get 4. So I'm going to go ahead and put that 4 in here. So now I've got 4 times 2 minus 4 plus 1. Remember, multiplication and division are on the same line. So we're just going from left to right. So I've still got to get through multiplication before I start or head on to adding and subtracting. So what I'm going to do is 4 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8. All right, 4 times 2 is 8. Next step I've got 8 minus 4 plus 1. So I'm doing addition and subtraction. Once again, it does not matter the order. As far as addition and subtraction, you are just going from left to right. So I'm going to start on the left. 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4 is 4. Now you'll notice as I go down through here, I'm underlining what I do. Okay? Listen, it is very, very important you keep organized with these numbers. There's going to be a lot of numbers, and once you get finished with it, it's going to look like a cyclone. Yeah, you heard it, best mascot ever. It's going to look like a cyclone. Okay, so you're going to start with a big sentence and get down to one number. But keep organized. Whatever you're computing as far as your math goes, underline it. It just helps you stay organized, okay? So my last step, 4 plus 1 is 5. So my answer is going to be 5, okay? I'll give you just a second to copy that in. If you need to pause the video, you are more than welcome to. But I have 6 problems for us to try out. I'm going to do the first 2. Then I'm going to let you do 3 of them, and then I'm going to tackle the last one because it's the devil. Here we go. All right, so PEMDAS. I'm going to write it to the side just so I don't forget it. Remember, those 2 go together, those 2 go together. So parentheses. First thing I do is my I don't have parentheses, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so I'll move on to exponents. I do have exponents, and with those exponents, I'm just going to do those exponents from left to right. Okay, so I'm going to do the 10 to the second power first. The 10 to the second power. Well, if I do 10 to the second power, that's going to be 10 times 10. 1 times 1 is 1. Add both the zeros, that's 100. So I've got 100 minus 6 to the second power divided by 9. Listen, do not get lazy on me. Okay? Write it out. After you work something out, write it out. Yes, I know I've still got to do exponents, but make that extra line. Okay? That extra line takes you all of it 5 seconds, and that 5 seconds may save you from missing the whole problem. Next thing I'm going to do is 6 to the second power. Okay? 6 to the second power. Well, 6 times 6, if I write it in expanded form, 6 times 6 is 36. So I keep my 100 minus 36 divided by 9. All right. And there's all my exponents. Now, multiplication and division. If you do 100 minus 36 right here first, you're going to be wrong. Okay? You've got to remember to go through here and do your division first. Multiplication and division. Okay? The only multiplication and division I have is 36 divided by 9. Okay? If I divide 36 divided by 9, I get 4. All right, so I'm going to underline that. That becomes 4. So 100 minus 4. Last step, addition and subtraction. Only thing I have is subtraction, so I'm going to do 96. And that is my answer on the first problem. Okay? Make sure you have that copied down. That is a good concrete example that you can go back and look at if you are confused later. So make sure you copy that down. Next problem. All right. Let's go ahead and write this up here again. Might as well. PEMDAS. Okay, I made 2 lines. I don't know why, but yeah, we'll go with it. First thing I do, parentheses. Once again, no parentheses, so I just skip the old parentheses step. Next thing, exponents. Oh, won't you look at that? I've got an exponent. All right, so I'm going to solve that exponent. To solve that exponent, I do 7 times 7 in expanded form. And when I multiply 7 times 7, I get the lovely 49. So I've got 49 plus 30 divided by 3. All right, no more exponents. So I go to multiplication and division. We reread these from left to right. No multiplication and division until you get to 30 divided by 3. So I'm going to work that out. 30 divided by 3. 30 divided by 3 is going to be 10. So I've got 49 plus 10. 49 plus 10. Okay. Last step, done with multiplication and division. So last step, addition and subtraction. Only thing I've got left is one problem right here. So 49 plus 10 is 59. All right. So 59. Okay. Make sure you have this one copied down as well, please. Next step I have. Okay. Now, I'm going to let you do this one. However, I want to walk you through the first part of this one. Okay? Because if I have PEMDAS, my first step is in parentheses. What that means is anything in the parentheses I've got to solve. Okay? Anything in the parentheses I have to solve. So the first thing I'm going to solve is this, because it's on the left inside the parentheses. So I go from left to right inside the parentheses. Okay? So expanded form, I've got 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. So I know that that is 8. All right? So I still have my parentheses. 8 times 3 to the second power, close parentheses, divided by 4 minus 15. Now I'm still doing inside the parentheses. So I've got the number 3 to the second power. 3 to the second power. So I go over here in expanded form. 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is going to be 9. Okay? 3 times 3 is going to be 9. So I leave my parentheses. 8 times 9. Remember that dot means multiplication. Divided by 4 minus 15. Now, I can't move on because I still have parentheses. I've got to get rid of those parentheses. Okay? So now what I want you to do, we've cleared the exponents, but go ahead and see if you can solve from here on out. Get rid of the parentheses. No more exponents. You don't have to worry about exponents. Get rid of the multiplication and division, and then get rid of the addition and subtraction. Okay, so pause the video and work through it real quick. All right, and we're back from a 30-second station identification. What you have, parentheses still. So I'm going to multiply what's in the parentheses because this does mean multiplication. 8 times 9. If we do 8 times 9, we get 72. So 8 times 9, 72. Divided by 4 minus 15. Okay, 72 divided by 4 minus 15. I'm done with my parentheses step. Mark it out. I have no exponents. Mark it out. So multiply and divide. I do have a division step. Okay, I've got 72 divided by 4. 72 divided by 4. If I take 72 and divide it by 4, I get 18. Okay, 18. So I've got 18 minus 15. We're done with multiplication and division. Last step is addition and subtraction. 18 minus 15. When I take 18 and I subtract 15, I get 3. So my answer is 3. Make sure you have that copied down correctly. All right. Now, remember, PEMDAS. Please pause the video right here. Try this for yourself. You need to try this for yourself, okay? Then we'll go over it. All right. So, first step, parentheses. I have none. Next step, exponents. I have 2, so I just go from left to right. I'm going to keep my 100, and I'm going to work this exponent out. So I've got 5 to the second power. So that's 5 times 5. Remember, it's not 5 times 2, it's 5 to the second power. So 5 times 5, so I get 25. Now, I've got a subtraction symbol there, so make sure you watch your symbols. If that becomes a plus somehow or something like that and you get confused, that's bad news bears right there. Make sure that don't happen. Minus 3 to the second power, minus 7. Okay, still got an exponent. So I'm going to work out that exponent. 100 minus 25 minus 3 to the second power. That means 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is going to be 9. So minus 9, minus 7. All right. I'm done with exponents. Multiplication and division. Won't you look at that? None of either of them. So I've just got to add and subtract. Remember, adding and subtracting you do from left to right, however. Okay? Adding and subtracting you do from left to right. So what I'm going to do is 100 minus 25. 100 minus 25, if I think about it in quarters, that's going to be 75 minus 9 minus 7. Okay. Next step, left to right. 75 minus 9. If I take 75 and I subtract out 9, I'm going to get 66. So 66 minus 7. Still got to go, okay? When I take 66 and I subtract 7, the answer I get is 59. Yeah, 59. Had a brain fart there for a second. Had to make sure I was right. But 59. Okay, so if you missed that, please write it correctly. 2 more, guys, 2 more. Okay, this one's fairly easy. Once again, please do it on your own. All right, try it. Okay, once you've worked it out, go ahead and we'll correct it, okay? Hopefully you got it right. Hopefully you're not correcting nothing, but if you did get it wrong, make sure to change your answer. PEMDAS. I do recommend writing this over here just because it kind of helps go through it, okay? So PEMDAS, parentheses, no parentheses. Nope. Exponents. Won't you look at that? I've got 2 exponents. The first one I'm going to do is 2 to the second power. 2 to the second power is 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So plus 2 times 6 squared. Still have exponents. I need to take care of that 6 to the second power. So 6 times 6, that's going to be 36. So I've got 6 times 4 plus 2 times 36. 6 times 4 plus 2 times 36. Okay. Now, multiply and divide. Okay. So I just go from left to right. So the first multiplication problem I have is 6 times 4. 6 times 4 is going to be 24. So 24 plus 2 times 36. 24 plus 2 times 36. Okay. Now, I'm still on multiplication or division, so I've got to multiply and divide that. Okay, or multiply that, sorry. 2 times 36. 2 times 36 is going to give me 72. So 24 plus 72. Lastly, I'm on adding and subtracting now. I add 24 plus 72, and when I add 24 plus 72, I get 96. Now, write that correctly, but look at something with me. Here's how easy it is to miss a problem. Say I went back on my green line right here, and instead of multiplying first, I added 24 plus 2. Okay, so that would give me 26 times 36. I don't know what 26 times 36 is, but I can tell you the number's a lot bigger than 96. Okay? So be very careful with what you're doing with these. All right? Last one. Huh. Huh. If you want a challenge, the good old higher order thinking question right here, go for it. Pause the video and try it. Okay? Pause the video and try it, but this one is pretty difficult. Okay? So here's what we've got. First thing we're going to do is exponents, okay? Because there's no parentheses. So PIM das. First thing I do is exponents, okay? So I'm taking care of that. 9 squared is 9 times 9. 9 times 9 is 81. So I've got 81. I'm going to have to write this a little bit smaller. 81 plus 72 divided by 3 over 2 to the 5th power plus 3. Okay. Still have exponents. Let's take care of it. All right. 2 to the 5th power. So that is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. I thought I was like on skip there for a second, but you've got 5 2s. Okay. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. So I have 81 plus 72 divided by 3 over, stop that smartboard, 32 plus 3. Okay, 32 plus 3. All right, so now I've got through parentheses, I've got through exponents, now multiply and divide. All right. One thing that's complicated, if you look at this, this is a fraction, so it's actually a division problem, but you're going to have to wait to figure out the fraction at the end. So I'm going to kind of treat the top and the bottom as separate things right now. All right. So what I have in the top line, I've got to find any multiplication or division. Well, I have multiplication or division. I have 72 divided by 3. Okay. 72 divided by 3 is going to be 24. All right. So I'm going to work this out. I've got 81 plus 72 divided by 3, and 72 divided by 3, like I said, is 24. And then I have that over 32 plus 3. All right, no more multiplication or division. I've just got addition and subtraction. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to treat the top and bottom separately. 81 plus 24 first. Okay, 81 plus 24 first. 81 plus 24 is going to equal 105. So 105 over 23 plus 3. Okay, and don't kill me. I'm going to go back right here because I got a little dyslexic and I wrote 23 instead of 32. That's what happens when you try to go fast, and that's how easy it is to make a mistake. So 32. My apologies. That's 32 on the bottom. Okay, so addition and subtraction. Let's finish the bottom. 32 plus 3. So I've got 105 over 35. Now, that's my fraction. Okay, that's actually my answer. It's a fraction. All right, but when you have this lovely Dolly Parton fraction and the top's bigger than the bottom, you've got to divide it. Okay, turn it into a mixed number. Well, when you turn this into a mixed number, 105 divided by 35, that's actually 3. Okay, so 105 divided by 35 is 3. So your answer is 3. Marker drop. That problem is very difficult. Okay, don't get stressed out about that. All right. So now, just to review, PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division. You do have a Googly Slides assignment. As always, guys, if you are still confused or in the first place, I strongly encourage you to get on your live classes during this virtual session, okay? Whatever time your class is, log in. All three of us teachers are teaching for about 20, 30 minutes and then offering help to anybody that needs it. All right, by all means, take advantage of that. Plus, you never know what's going to happen when you actually log in. You may be entered to win a prize. I don't know. I don't know. Just saying. But go ahead, complete the assignment. As far as my class goes, I want to say great job today. I know it's still Monday, but you're going to see this video tomorrow. So great job yesterday, but really proud of you guys. Keep it up. Virtual's kind of stinky, but we're going to get it, guys, okay? You all have a great rest of the day and happy Tuesday.